Morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, what the heck was that you're watching here? Turn that down. All right. Hi, Jen. How are you? I'm working on your paper. It didn't get as dry as so. I am ironing. Hi, Tammy. And you can watch and see Jennifer and let me know if you want me to add any more color to them or if you like them just the way they are. Because if you like them just the way they are, I'll leave them. I'm liking them the way how they turned out. I don't think they need anything else personally. Yeah, see, I don't think it needs anything else. I'll show you how they look so far. There's the coffee filter. I did you a polka dot one. I know you like dots. You can always add to them, you know? That's my thought is, I'd rather have you add to them. Once I get this done, I'm gonna go grab some coffee filters, and we're gonna do coffee filters today. Just coffee filters. But I needed to get this and stuff's done because they didn't. I gotta get done. Not a problem. I'll have your new total to you sometime after I get done being live. I loved how your bag turned out. I used shoot. Forgot what I used on it. Sparkle. Damn cord. Thanks, Dan. Glad you're liking them. Yeah, I don't think they need anything either. The more I'm pulling them and looking, this would be the stage where I decide if I think they need more, and I don't think they do. You can see the lines from the background paper. On this one, it looks so cool. Some came a little out dark, just a little bit, but it looks cool. Well, here's the back, okay? That's how the back looks. I love the sound when they dry, the iron. And that's the front. These- Hey, Steph. You're watching me ironing. So exciting. Jennifer's paper. And then I got to do Steph's. They didn't dry as fast. Well, either way, I'd be ironing them. But they were still so damp this morning that I'm like, yeah, I got to get these ironed. I don't like leaving it too long if they don't dry naturally. So I was like, yep, I got to do this. I figure I'll go live, chit chat, do it at the same time. And then we're going to do coffee filters. This is Jennifer's paper I'm doing right now. So she's getting to see exactly how they look. I made some that look kind of like some Christmas for you, Jennifer, because with Christmas coming up, I thought maybe you might want to use it in Christmas because this one to me looks like Christmas. Got the Christmas vibe going for me. So, how was everybody's weekend? See, I went to the pumpkin.
How was everybody's weekend?
Oh, I unmuted myself. Whoops. I went to the pumpkin patch with the grandkids and Diamond and Sam. We had such a good day on Saturday. And then on Sunday, they all came over and helped us do yard work at me and Scott's house, as well as the grandpa's, Scott's dad's, Double G's. Got first of many leave pickup days. Scott's dad's didn't have as many as we did. So probably 2 more weekends and we'll do dad's again. and the kids will come back in town and help. So that's what we did yesterday and Saturday. It was so nice up here in Wisconsin. Are you liking your paper so far, Jennifer? I'm hoping you like it. Look at you got my iron on there. That's kind of cool. Do iron design. Let's see. Glad you had a good time weekend. My weekend was okay. Typical weekend with the hubby and son. LOL. Yes, I love them, Tina. My weekend was okay. We stayed in mostly. My hubby was expected. I know that one, Tammy. I just got over COVID, Tammy. My granddaughter was exposed to it on the 14th of September. And I had the kids that weekend and the weekend after. And then Allie and I started with a slight headache. Allie started with a cough. So Diamond went and got her tested, and she tested positive. And then I got really sick with chills and all that. I didn't get tested. I called my doctor. He's pretty much sure I had COVID. He told me not to go get tested because due to the fact that I was so far into the symptoms of it, just to ride it out. But I went from cold chills to sweats to headaches was the worst, I'd say, when I had the headaches. What else? Yeah, and I had the sweats drove me crazy. It got so bad that I cut my own hair. I brushed my hair out, put it in a ponytail, and cut below the ponytail. I couldn't take the sweats on the back of my neck. I was getting little, heat pimples. I couldn't take it anymore, so I cut my hair. Then I got to the congested part of it, and I lost my taste and smell. And I think so. We gave ourselves an additional week of being quarantined. I just couldn't take a hit. I think the headaches and the sweats, but I had no fever. Never ran a fever. Cause Scott would I laughed, my husband, cause me and my husband even quarantine each other in the house. Lucky we have 2 bathrooms, and he'd come in, and I'm mainly in my craft room. He's mainly in the living room, and and I was so fatigued. I was so tired the first week and a half. I swear I slept a week away in my life. I didn't have no energy to do absolutely nothing. My husband made sure I ate. I didn't, Scott did really good. Man, oh, I said, yeah, the fatigue. I was telling Sabrina one day, and I was talking to Sabrina, and I was just holding my head with my finger, leaning on my hand. And I said to her one day, I go to Sabrina. She's like, "What?" I said, "I don't even have the energy to hold my head up on my own damn shoulders." That's how fatigued I was. That was another thing that just kicked my ass. Now Allie, you could tell kids are young. Um, she, uh, she only ever got that, like, barking cold, like, sounded like a dog. I had the whole full-blown that's why my doctor said I had it. I didn't get tested, but once I called him and told him what was going on, he's like, "Yeah, you got COVID." I'm like, "Should I go in and get tested?" He's like, "No, because you already got the symptoms. You already have experience in all this. Why waste a test?" So, and I'm like, so I just wrote it out since about the 28th of September. So, and we're all okay. I started getting over it. I think it was last week. I don't even remember where I started feeling better. And then I went an additional week of not leaving the house. The first time I left the house since the 20, technically, I haven't left the house for almost a month because let me figure this out here. Hold on, I can tell you exactly. Okay. I technically haven't left the house since the 22nd of October or September. Yep. I did go to the grocery store, but I sat in the truck. I'm like, "Can I ri" I'm like that dog, "Can I go for a ride? Can I go for a ride?" Scott's like, and Scott's like, "You can't go in the store," and I'm like, "No shit," but I just needed to get out of the house, even if it was just riding in a truck to the grocery store while he was in the grocery store. I did a lot. I did walk takes one day I decided to take a walk, okay? I said to Scott, "I'm gonna take a walk." And he's like, "Okay, don't go far." I had to call my husband to come and pick me up. He's like, "What?" He's at his dad's. I call my father-in-law because Scott ain't answering his phone. Because I told Scott, I said, "I'm taking a walk." And he's like, "Okay, don't go far." And I thought, "Okay, I'll just go around the small block, up my road, over one block down, and go to my and go down 13th. That's the road that ends at my father-in-law's driveway." I get up to half the block up and start to go down. I couldn't walk no more. I was so tired. I had to call my husband. I call him and he's like, "Hey, what's up, baby?" I'm like, "I need you to come pick me up." And I had an asthma attack. I didn't have my inhaler. I said, he goes, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm on Liberty." And he's like, "Okay." Our truck's getting its brakes done. I had to borrow Scott's dad. He goes by, and Scott's dad, he goes, "I gotta go pick up Tina." He goes, "Oh, I thought she was home." He said she decided she needed some fresh air. She's gonna take a walk. Okay. She's having an asthma attack up on Liberty. She needs her inhaler. my so my COPD jumped in big time. And then we realized my inhaler's expired. I used it anyways, but I called my doctor. He said called me a new inhaler in because they're still arguing about. See, I got the inhaler where you put the little thing in and you press. I don't like those. He wants to get me the one where it's a mouth one. Kind of reminds me of a mouth guard. My insurance don't want to cover it. So we've been arguing with my insurance to get me my inhaler. But God, Scully comes, picks me up. I'm sitting on a sidewalk curb, and a guy outside the house goes, "Are you okay?" And I have a mask on. And I said, "I wouldn't come by me." He goes, "Why?" I said, "I got COVID." I said, "I just needed to get out of the house, so I thought I'd just take a walk." I said, "I can't finish my walk." I said, "My husband's on his way to come and get me." He's like, "I ain't scared of COVID," he says. He comes and sits down by the curb, gives me goes in the house, comes back out and hands me a glass of water. Says, "You need to drink something," and goes, "Have a drink." So it was so funny. Sits there and chatting, and him and Scott start chatting. His wife, his wife comes out, who's a nurse, gives me a glass of, takes my. I was like, maybe very neighborly. They were very nice. It was so funny. They're like, "We can give you a ride home, sweetie." And I'm like, "My husband's on his way." I'm only like a block and a half away, not even from my house. I didn't even, like, but I just didn't have the energy. Couldn't walk back, plus I was having an asthma attack. Scott comes around the corner, gets on, he goes, "I thought no contact, honey." I'm like, "I told them." They ain't listening. The lady goes, "I'm a nurse and I'm vaccinated. He's vaccinated and she's masked." She did put her mask on too. He goes, "I just want to check to make sure." She wanted to check my pulse just in case it was. But by the time Scott got there and I sat on a curb for a little bit and did the deep breathing, my asthma was under control. So Jennifer's is all done. I'll put it in your package, Jennifer. So they're nice and crispy. Your goodies. Yeah, I lost my taste. I laughed. Was it last week? Yeah, sometime last week. I love that Hawaiian bread, and I like having peanut butter and jam sandwiches on them. Or peanut butter. I don't like jam, but peanut butter and cheese sandwiches. Yeah, I know it's probably weird. I'm probably weird. Or it's peanut butter and a piece of cheese. I love it. So I had really no appetite at all. So I'm in bed and I'm kind of hungry. So I thought I'm gonna go have me a peanut butter sandwich because I could taste anything. Do you know how weird it is when you lose your taste and you're hungry? So I make myself my peanut butter cheese sandwich on the Hawaiian bread. And I'm eating it in bed next to Scott because we're watching this movie together. And I go, "Honey," and he's like, "What?" I said, "I can taste my peanut butter." So my taste buds came back sometime last week. It was such a blessing. It's kind of weird when you're so used to something and then when you don't have it. All right, Jennifer's is complete. I'm gonna put your name on this. This one's Watts. There we go. Now I gotta iron Stephanie's. Oh, I'm gonna stick some of your strips in there, Jennifer. I'm gonna give you, I remember. So stick some of them in there so then they aren't all out somewhere. Just stick them in there as well. There we go. Okay. Oh, here. Steph says, okay. Cool, I found her empty package. I was like, where in the hell did that go? Okay. Okay. Alright. We get steps. Try and get these ironed, and then I can have some fun. Because right now, this is not the boring part of it, but the non-fun part of oh, is ironing. I don't even iron my clothes, and I iron paper. Okay. Little figure to that one, huh, guys? We got the shots, so we are good as so far. But you can still get it if you're vaccinated, so yeah. A family friend of ours got it, and he's been fully vaccinated. He's like, he had it even worse than I did. Explain that one to me. I don't understand that. I'm not saying to vaccinate, not to vaccinate. I'm not vaccinated, but yeah, he was fully vaccinated. He was sicker than I was. He was so mad at me when we were talking. He was like, I got the vaccination, and you're better off than I am. I'm like, I don't know. But I think, and this is my philosophy, I think it's in when you're vaccinated, and I'm a believer in vaccinations. Don't get me wrong. I just haven't done it. And I said I wouldn't do it for a year. I wanted it out for a year. So it's about coming up to a year. But I think it's also individual body, how the body reacts to it. I'm a firm believer in that one. That it's how your own body reacts to it. Steps are a little drier than Jennifer's. Still, I did hers early. I wonder how many people would have dealt with this without social media. Yeah. I do say I said the only thing I didn't it's just I said to Scott, she got a nasty rash. I didn't get no rash. I was getting a heat rash. Um it felt like just a flu to me. Except I wasn't running to the bathroom or throwing up. At least her bay got lighter because her bay was so dark when I did it. You couldn't see the images. I was so worried about that. I did Jennifer's big different. I think it's everybody handles it different. That's my thing on that. I don't think we're having the same symptoms, but our body is doing them different to individuals. Does that make sense? I'm gonna buy one of those little ironing pads that you can put on your table. So I've seen somebody. I use a towel. Oh yeah. Well, it's like okay. Yeah. This is my philosophy on it. I talk to individuals social media like you guys, I talk to people on my YouTube channel, and then I read Facebook, and then I watch all these news people, and then I watch everyday videos of people. And I've come to realize I'll take an opinion of like Tammy Passions over some doctor sitting on a damn pedestal saying this one week, and then a week later, he's saying a whole different thing. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask, wear a mask again. Oh, now you got vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. And now you're vaccinated, oh, you have to still wear a mask. It's like, what the hell? You're supposed to be the experts. And the experts don't even know. So I'd rather listen to somebody that had it, because I contacted Sabrina because Zach had COVID. And then I found out my buddy had COVID while I was sick. And Sabrina was telling me what to watch for. I went and Googled it and listened to that little white-haired doctor, and he could it's like, as my husband would put it, he couldn't see his ass in a hole in a wall. 'Cause every week, or at least every 2 weeks, he's changing. I get science changes, but like my husband said, 'cause my husband wants that stuff more than I do. Science don't change that damn quick in a 2 weeks' time, is how Scott said it. So I reached out to somebody I knew that actually went through it. Then listening to news reports. I did call my doctor, of course. And I'm like, "Do you think I need to go get tested?" Oh, I had a runny nose too. And thing is the reason I haven't got tested, and another reason I haven't got tested is I just had I get sinus infection so much that I went through the treatment to have my nerves singed in my nose. It hurts like a son of a bitch. I don't recommend it, but it helps me fight sinus infections off, okay? And I just had that done last year again, because I have it done like every 3 to 4 years, depending. Because my tonsils are so bad that they won't pull my tonsils because I don't know why. I should have had my tonsils out and my lymph nodes, and my parents never did it. But my doctor doesn't want me to have a Q-tip put up there right now because I had that procedure. Because as he tells me, the ends of my little veins up in my nose and my sinuses are so fragile, as he put it, because of I had that procedure. So that's another reason he's like, no. He said, if you came in the office, I wouldn't even do it. I just tell you to watch yourself. And like he told my own doctor, because I'm like, I don't know if I got it. I said I haven't had a fever, but Allie didn't have fever either. So that statistic, oh, if you run a fever, is not true. And I'm thinking, I'm my poor granddaughter, because my granddaughter Allie runs warm. And that kid was sent home so many times last year because they thought she had COVID. She didn't have COVID. It's just I finally had to get a note from the doctor saying, Allison runs high body temperature. This child does not have. Sometimes when they sit together like this, guys, see how they're stuck? Oh, they pulled the apart. But this one didn't. See how this is stuck? Okay, watch. If it works right, it'll do it. Okay, just do it a little ironing, and then should, okay, a little bit more, pull apart. There we go. Well, see, Steph's got lighter compared to Jen's. Really? I never knew that. I had 3 raw honey for sugar to help prevent sinus infection. I'm gonna oh, thanks, Tammy. I did not know that. I've never been told that. Yeah, my tonsils should have came out. They look like the moon. My doctor, and they won't remove them. I'm like, let's remove them then. My doctor says they won't do it anymore. They won't remove them. He told me my tonsils look like a crater moon. That's how bad they are. That just sits there. I'll have to do that honey thing. Because by the end of this year, I'm probably that's what I thought I started having was a sinus infection. I really did. By the end of this year, I'll probably have 3, 4 in me. I always get sinus headaches too, so that's why I had that procedure. Huh. And I like honey, so that wouldn't even I don't use a lot of sugar anyways, so but I could substitute honey. Yeah. I have a very bad low immune system. If the kids get it, I get it. It's always been. I always teased the kids that were before they came in the door, they should dose themselves off with Lysol. Because if the schools has something, and the kids it's going around the school, the kids carry it. They're the carriers. I'll be the one to get it. We're gonna add some to that one right now. I'm gonna do it real quick. It needs some color. Didn't pick up any color. So Steph's one didn't get color, so we're gonna just give it some color here. We're just gonna give it a little bit of color. Oh, bingo dauber color in here. Skirt them off. Let's see all this. Looks good. Yeah, we'll put this one to the side. I'll let it, and then we'll dry that last. There we go. I know it's kind of boring right now. Yeah, I do too. I drink a lot of homemade teas, sumac tea, willow tea. I did my sweat lodge. I was supposed to do it last Sunday. Mihai didn't get it up. He got it up on Monday. So on Scott ran me out and we did the sweat lodge. I do a lot of native alternatives or native recipes. Cleanse my body. People think I'm weird. Dandelion tea was another one. I said to Scott, I'm going to make next year dandelion tea. And then can it. So I have it throughout the season. Onion, and where you take an onion, you dice up an onion, and you cover it with sugar, or I imagine you probably could do honey, and you let it sit, and and you'll see this buildup on the bottom of the jar, okay? You drain it, and then you take a couple spoonfuls of that. But it's only good for 24 hours, so it's not like you can make it and store it. But that helps fight colds. They don't taste bad either, surprisingly. Because when I was a kid, my grandpa would do the onion a lot. And it really didn't taste bad. So I always say I go old school when I get sick. I use other alternatives and Alka-Seltzer. So that was my grandpa's answer. Homeschool medication and Alka-Seltzer. That's the only thing he ever gave me. Drink this tea. Put this on your chest and drink this. And it would be tea and then an Alka-Seltzer tab. Alka-Seltzer. That was my grandpa. But you think about it, my grandfather grew up in a generation. Pharmaceuticals were a thing that were a rich person. You didn't go to the grocery store and buy that cough syrup in a bottle. Because, as he said to me once, them were rich people's alternatives. When you're poor, you make do. And where my grandparents lived, there was a native that lived on my great grandparents' land. And there's a lot of native techniques that he taught my great grandmother and my great grandmother passed them down to me. I have some of them. I wish I think back. I wish I would have paid more attention to what my grandfather come on, there we go, techniques and stuff were. Yeah. And because there were many, and I wish I knew them all now. Let me break this, put this away, and we can have fun. I can go grab my I didn't grab my coffee filters yet. I forgot, but I'm gonna go grab my coffee filters. But I'm gonna bag this up first. So that's done. So I don't lose it. This is an order. It was nice and pretty. I love the sound of the paper when I get it done. It just has this unique sound. I just love it. Okay. Now, I forgot to do a piece. Oh well, I'm just gonna leave that one. I'm not gonna worry about that one. Don't fight me. Damn sticker. There we go. Okay, I'll do it this way then. And then the strips. Yep. All right. Oh. I got these down. Oh yeah, $4. $4. Okay. EST. Okay. Awesome. That's done. Those 2 orders are filled, so that's awesome. All right. All right. How big is this one? I'll get the other one. So I have to go get my coffee filter, so I'll be right back. And one big sheet. Yep. Oh, excuse me, ladies. Let's see. Now measure this mat. Hang on. Okay. Maybe right there. All right. I'm getting supplies, guys. Bear with me. Mama. That's where my cat just said, Mama. Okay. Ooh. See how big this. Okay. You guys are seeing hospital pads without being cut. Scott's uncle used Well, Scott makes these too, but they haven't had any seconds in lately. Scott's uncle worked at a paper plant that made hospital pads too. And these are what they call seconds for some reason. I couldn't tell you why or what's wrong with them, but hey, he gave me them. And they are huge because they're not cut for any. Yep. Certain something. But what I like about them is when I go to use, and I should have did this yesterday, but they work awesome to pick up the stuff on the mat. So Jennifer requested coffee filters. So this one's for you, Jennifer. I don't even know if you're still watching, Jennifer. Hi, Therese. So I have white and I have this brown tone. I love using both. So I'm going to make, and I'm going to package it. And I'm going to do them in all different ways. Okay? And we'll set them out, and I'll probably end up ironing them out and package them up. And so I just kind of take it and lay flat. And I'll show you with the bingo dauber. And so I'm just going to bingo dauber. Sometimes we go over the place that you bingo daubed. Okay. I just like getting color on them. Oh, hello, Jennifer. Jennifer's still here. This is for you, Jennifer. You have requested. I am doing it for you. You know what's cool, guys? This is where I could have been smart. Look at, I'm wasting. So take two. Personally, let's put this down. And do it two at a time. Look at that ink I just wasted. Hear me, I'm wasting. I don't like it. So I'm just gonna. And that back. Now I'm gonna tell ya my coffee filters. We all saw Amy from Dark Egg Hollow. I just had hers. What did I just do? Oh, right here. Amy does phenomenal paper and coffee filters. There's just a couple examples of Amy's. So if you guys want some of Amy's, go over to her Etsy store, and I'll link it if you want it. These are Amy's. Aren't they beautiful? She has a technique how she does this. And she'd have to explain that to you. But mine aren't going to look like Amy's at all. Just saying. Just letting you know. So. It will look like nothing like eggs at all. Alright. So we want to do a third color in there. Yes, let's do the lighter lilac here. We'll just do a little purple and spots too. I like more the color, more the merrier. Alright. There we go. Here we go. We'll see how well this works. soak in the whole thing. Let's see if we can pick up any of the other color. So I'm going to grab another coffee filter and we're going to put it on top. Oh, yeah, exactly. And we'll put that down. Look at that. There's one. Oh, shoot. I don't got my drying thing set up. My bad. Give me a sec. Man, let's look at to see how the bottom one turned out. All right, get them apart. And get it apart, Jennifer. There's the cool. Name over there. So I'll probably make a couple packages. Jennifer, do you want to order a package? Let me see. I'm gonna go check something real quick and I'll let you know. I'm gonna kind of use my friend Amy here because that's how I find prices. If I can't figure out a price, I'm gonna go see what I paid for Amy's. I'm just letting y'all know that. Because I want to. Oh, they're fun. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, hell, I'll go this way. I'll go on my purchases. Okay. Okay. She put 20 per pack at $1.25. I'm gonna do cupcake liners, yeah. I could do 20. I'm gonna do 20 for $1.50. I'm sorry. I'm doing 20